Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day or night it is, welcome. Welcome to the ACCA law paper, Corporate and Business Law, the Global Variant. Now, I'm going to start with probably quite an unusual picture. So it's a swimming pool. Now, I hear you thinking, what has swimming got to do with law? What's swimming got to do with studying for ACCA? Well, let's imagine this is you. And let's imagine you cannot swim. And instead of a law course, this was a swimming course. And I said to you, right, what we are going to do, we are going to teach you to swim over the next couple of days. And you're going to listen to me. And you're going to listen to me talking and talking and talking. And in a couple of days' time, I will go with you to a swimming pool. You jump in that pool. What will happen? You will sink because you haven't practiced. Now, the same thing will happen with law. If you just sit there listening to me and listening and falling asleep and listening and falling asleep, when it comes to the law exam, you will drown in that exam. So what is really important, I want you to listen to me, but to do what I tell you to do, because I'm going to be explaining to copy things down, to write certain things, and you have to do that. If you do that, then you won't drown in the exam. Okay, enough about swimming. Let me just explain what we are going to be doing. On this course, we will have the learning phase. And what do you think we will be doing during that learning phase? We will be learning things. And you're on the learning phase now. Then we have, after the learning phase, we have a short energizer. Now the energizer energizes you and links the learning phase to the practice phase. What are we going to be doing in the practice phase? We will be practicing questions. So there's a big pivot, there's a big change, because learning, we are learning, practicing, we are practicing. So think of it as, at the learning phase, I'm trying to get the knowledge into you, and at the practice phase, I'm trying to get you through the exam. Now let's focus a little bit on the learning phase. On the learning phase, what I will be doing on the screen, I will be drawing a number of mind maps. And remember what I said about swimming, about learning to swim? The same thing here. I will be asking you to copy down the mind maps. Please copy them down as I construct them. It's really important. Don't just listen to me. You have to practice. You have to do that. So each video I will be constructing mind maps. So I will be starting, I will be expanding with certain things, I will be breaking into separate whiteboards and discussing things. The whole aim is at the end of that video you will have a mind map which will be a very good overview of that chapter, covering all the key things. Now, what I do recommend is that you get a separate book or separate pieces of paper and copy down these mind maps as we go along. Okay, before we start though, let's have a quick look at what's the exam. How are you going to be examined? So here's a format. There are 45 compulsory multiple choice questions, 1 or 2 marks each, and 5 multi-task questions, 6 marks each. So we have 70 and 30, which for the mathematicians amongst you will total 100. There's 100 marks. You have 2 hours to go. Now the important thing here, it's compulsory. There are no optional questions. That means you need to answer all the questions. And the important thing here is we want breadth of knowledge rather than depth of knowledge. So instead of focusing on 1 or 2 key areas, I want us to make sure we go away with a good solid understanding of the whole syllabus. And we will do that if you follow my approach of writing down the mind maps. Now what we're going to do now, this is quite a sort of short chapter. I'm going to draw your first mind map. So this isn't really an overly technical mind map. This is more an overview of the syllabus. Now this detail is in your books, but please copy it down on a blank piece of paper because it will help reinforce it. So grab a pen, grab a blank piece of paper, make yourself a tea or coffee, glass of wine, glass of beer, whatever you want, and then come back and let's get going. So this one to start with, copy this down. This is the syllabus. It's the key areas of the syllabus. These are the things you're going to need to know. Now the first area is elements of legal systems. So the first area we're going to look at is elements of legal systems. These are the core areas of the legal systems, the essential elements. And we'll be looking at the interaction between business, political, and legal systems. So there'll be a quick look at the interaction of the business, political, and legal systems, how they all come together. We'll then be looking at something called international trade. Now, this is one of the sort of initial interesting things about F4, is that if you have company 1 and company 2, and company 1 is in country 1 and company 2 is in country 2, there will be different laws, won't there? So let's say there's a United Kingdom company, they will have UK laws. There is a United States company, they will have US laws. How can you do trade if you have different laws? So that part of the syllabus will be looking at how we maintain working laws when there's international trade. Also within that part of the syllabus, we have what happens when there are disputes. So what happens when things go wrong? Because things do go wrong in business sometimes. Okay, so that's first quite a chunky area of the syllabus, elements of the legal system. The next core area is international business transactions. So we will be looking at areas covering business transactions on an international basis. I'll introduce you to something called UNCCISG. Any questions? What on earth does UNCCISG? Well, we'll find out about that in a future video. But to give you a little taster, UN. Have you heard of the UN? Yes, it's the United Nations. And United Nations Convention on the Contract for the International Sale of Goods. Don't worry about that at the moment, just write it down. So when you come back and review this area, then you'll know what it is later. So international business transactions, UNCCISG, and then we'll look at the obligations, the seller and the buyer. Next area of the syllabus is all about transportation. All about transportation and payment. So remember, this is a global law paper, so there's going to be issues in transporting between different countries, different territories, and how do we pay it? We'll look at certain things about documentation. We'll then look at issues involving international credit. Now, I'm just going to pause there at the moment. I've gone to the effort of writing this down on the screen. Have you copied it down? Now, hopefully you have. Some of you may have said, oh, I'm not going to copy it down because it'll be in the book. Now, the reason I'm getting you to copy this down here is because it'll be in your list of mind maps. So as we go through, or once we've gone through all these mind maps, you'll be able to come back to this one at the first one, and as a checklist think, Okay, have I covered business political issues? Have I covered international trade? So this is almost an initial checklist as well as giving you the big picture overview. So if you are doubting the need to copy down this mind map, please do. You have to trust me. Okay, so transportation and payment. The next one moves away from the sort of international transactions and looks at formation and constitution of business organizations. So how can we form organizations? What's their constitution? What's their makeup like? So it all talks about business organizations. We'll look at something called agency law. And if you think about it, agency law, if you have a company, there's a company, who owns the company? The shareholder. Who controls the company on a day-to-day basis? The directors. So the shareholders appoint the directors, but the directors will be managing that business. We look at the law surrounding the directors and the shareholders and their interrelationship. Agency law. We'll also look at partnerships. We'll look at how do we form these entities, their formation. What paperwork is needed? How do we do it? What's the timing like? And then we have a look at legal personality. Okay, not far to go now. So we're way through the syllabus now. So thanks for staying with me. Thanks for staying awake. If you are still awake, hopefully you are. The next part is all about the capital and financing of a company. Capital and financing of a company. So fairly small part of the syllabus. But remember, I said it's a breadth you need. So we're going to need to know all of these areas. So capital and financing. We'll look at certain rules regarding share capital and financing. If a company is financed by share capital, are there any other ways a company could be financed, could get money? Well, yes. What about loan capital? So we're looking at rules within loan capital. 3 more areas of the syllabus to go. And again, these are relatively smaller parts, but still important. We've got management, administration, and regulation of companies. So how are companies managed? What's the administration behind it? And what are the regulations involved? And what do you think is going to be involved in this? Who manages it? So we have rules about directors. Who can be a director? We'll be discussing that. We'll look at the term officers. So what do we mean by officers of a company? We'll look at that. Final thing within that area, what are the company meetings? So annual general meetings and so on. And then just to quickly finish off, we have 2 other areas of the syllabus. Companies in difficulty. When there are problems. And that main topic within there is something called insolvency. Insolvency, when companies are in difficulty. And you'll be delighted, you'll be pleased to hear the final part. The final part is all about fraud and criminal behavior. And in that, the main focus is on fraud. What do we mean by fraud? Wow, have you copied that down? Okay, let's just pause then, and we'll go back and look at these areas here, the core areas, because what we are looking at here is a syllabus. And what did I tell you at the start? It's breadth. So we've got all these different topics here. We're going to make sure we know all of these areas. If we focus on one or two, we will fail because there's a lot of questions, so they're going to cover all the key parts of the question. Okay, let's just recap them. So the first part of the syllabus, elements of legal systems. So what do we mean by the terms legal systems? We'll be looking at how the legal systems interact with business and political. The legal system surrounding international trade. One company in one country will have the laws of that country. If they are doing trade with another company in another country, they will have different laws. How do we deal with international trade? What are the principles behind that? And then there's dispute resolutions. How do we deal with international trade disputes? We will then look into more detail about international business transactions. Oh my word, UNCCISG. What on earth does that mean? Well, we know UN, United Nations. And what's ISG? Well, what's I? International Sale of Goods. So it's the Convention on the Contract for International Sale of Goods. And then we will look at all the obligations. We then will have a discussion about the transportation and the payments. Because remember, if it's international trade, there are lots of issues when you transport by ship, for example, by boat from one country to another. Who pays the duty? Who pays the transport? Who pays the insurance? We'll look at the documentation that will be needed, and also international credit issues, because payments between different countries can face challenges. We then go into a little bit of detail about organisations, business organisations, how they are formed, the constitutions of these business organisations. We will look at agency law. That means when the shareholders own the company but the directors control it. We'll look at partnerships, what we mean by partnerships. How do we form a company? How do we form an entity? And what the concept of legal personality means. The next part of the syllabus we'll look at capital and financing of a company. Well, capital, that's the share capital. We'll find out what it is, what you can do with it. And then there'll be issues about loan capital. So we'll look into the loan capital. Nearly there, management, administration and regulation. So we'll talk about the rules for who can be a director, who cannot be a director. What about the officers and what are the meetings? What are the requirements, for example, for the AGM? Final two things, two fairly small parts of the syllabus. We'll look at companies in difficulty, so insolvency, for example, the rules regarding that, and then last but not least, fraud and criminal behaviour. And we'll look at fraud and criminal behaviour within that part of the syllabus. So there you go. That's your first, almost like a mind map. It's not a true mind map because it's just an overview of the syllabus. Now, what I want you to do, we're coming to the end of this video, what I want you to do now is, after this video, there are some test your understandings on your e-portal. They're quick learning reinforcement exercises. So finish the video, attempt the test your understandings. Now, there's no need to go to your book at the end of this video. We'll start after the next video because we haven't gone into any detail. So after this video, attempt the test your understandings, and then I'll see you at the next video. So looking forward to seeing you. See you at the next video. Bye for now.